Hey guys, what's going on? It's Link here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I have another Palworld video, and in this video I want to teach you guys things that I wish I knew sooner in the game. Now, one of the things that I wish I knew sooner was the respawn button. See, what it does is the following. When you click it, your character dies, but it allows you to respawn in different areas of the game. Now, it's about like 8 different areas. However, the reason why it's useful is because it allows you to spawn near the teleporting towers. And if you guys know, the teleporting towers gives you points, meaning that no matter what level you are, if you haven't done this, it can give you about 8, I believe 8 or 7 tech points, which is going to be super useful because you could definitely use those at any point in the game. Now, again, remember that you're going to end up dropping your items if you already have a couple things, and if you don't have anything, you just started the game, you could just do this right away, get all of them out of the way, and you're pretty much good to go. So I'll just kind of show you guys what happens. So you're going to click the respawn button. Also, if you do have stuff, just stand by your pal box and just respawn there, and you should be good to go. But anyway, you click the respawn button, and it's gonna, it's gonna do the whole countdown and stuff, and you'll be able to respawn in all these different locations and get yourself some tech points. Now, should you do this? Maybe, I guess, at end game or mid game if you need any more points. Personally speaking, I don't think you should, because I feel like it's kind of like more or less cheating. But I guess if you need the points, then why not, right? So you'll be able to spawn here. That's what's that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points right there from the get-go. Meaning that when you first start the game, or even right now, no matter what level you are, you can just go ahead and spawn in all these different areas and get yourself those tech points right away. And then you won't have to worry too much about figuring out which, what things to put your points on and what not to put your points on, right? So that's the very first thing that I want to teach you guys. The other thing that I want to teach you guys is the following. See, certain places in this game, right, allow you to, how do I put it? They, actually, I need to teleport from here, right, in order to show you guys this. So give me 1 second. So up here, actually, I should show you guys this too. Up here, there's a little mining spot that's actually really good. However, the issue with this mining spot is that it's super far away, and I'm actually going to walk there on purpose. Even though I can cut this out, I'm actually going to walk there on purpose because I kind of want to show you guys the journey that you guys would have to take in order to get to this little area. Now, again, it's pretty far, and you would have to do this every single time that you are playing the game. Now, I'll probably more or less fast forward this just to kind of give you guys an idea. There is another tower on the opposite side that you could teleport to, and you can get there a tiny bit faster, but honestly not that much faster. Maybe, I think you'd save like about, I don't know, 10-ish seconds, give or take. And you're going to find a bridge over on this side, which will take you to a nice little area that has a bunch of ore. And this is actually useful because later on you're going to need all these ingots. So trust me, you're going to want to remember this area. This is where the area is. If you want to, screenshot it and whatnot, it's actually not that far to where you would actually spawn at the beginning of the game. Now, the reason why we're here is not necessarily to show you the area, but just to show you that there's areas like this in the game, and you're going to want a fast travel point. In order to do this, when you get to level 10, you will get a chance to use another pal box, and when you get to level 15, you'll get a chance to use another one. Now, what you want to do is craft this pal box, which I don't have the materials for right now, but you would craft this pal box, and then you can actually teleport from this area. So we'd put the pal box, the pal box down, and you don't have to use this place. You don't have to use your pals or nothing. But if you wanted to, you can put a couple pals here. I don't know, like a couple mining pals, and every single day they'll mine this stuff. And then at nighttime you can come by and pick all this stuff up or put it in the chest and whatnot. And that would be super useful, and they would essentially be working for you. You just gotta make sure that you put beds here, you feed them, everything that you would do in your main base. And like I said, it would give you another respawn point here or travel point, whatever you want to call it, so you can go back and forth, and you don't have to worry about ore because it's a lot of it. So that's the second thing that I wish I knew sooner, right? Another thing too is that how do I put it? If you do not like to mine away because you're early level and your pickaxe is horrible or whatever, you can actually get yourself a little boar, a rush ore. Now, if you want to know where these guys are at, let me just go ahead and show you guys real quick. I should be able to show you guys in the pal deck, right? More than likely. Let me see where they are. Here we go. So if you click on them and you go habitat, this is where they are if you guys want to, screenshot this real quick. So there you go. So the reason why this guy is useful is because if you mount him, you get his little saddle, he will actually mine for you, and he mines for you faster than you would mine at this point in the game, right? So you can just dash by holding the right trigger, and when he dashes, if you look at the left side, you actually collect ore. And again, it is a little bit faster than if you did it, but not only that, it doesn't use any durability at all whatsoever, right? So you don't have to worry about your axe breaking or anything like that. And it serves as a mount but it also serves as a pickaxe, more or less. And this is not the only creature that can do this, but this is one of the few early creatures that you can actually get, or pals, excuse me, that you can actually get in the game. And I honestly wish I knew this a lot sooner, because if I did, he would probably be maybe the first or second pal that I would be looking for right away. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is the world bosses. So the world bosses, the thing that I want to show you guys is that these guys don't worry too much about, like, if you get a chance to kill it that day or not, or if you should wait, or if you should kill it or capture it because this or whatever. Keep in mind that the world bosses, the mini bosses and whatnot, the ores and whatnot, they respawn in the in-game day, pretty much. So if you kill it, or you're playing with another friend and they capture it and you wanted to capture it, or you accidentally kill it, or he accidentally kills it, don't worry about it. Just wait one full day and it will respawn. The towers, on the other hand, you could just keep doing those over and over again. However, when you go in the towers, if you haven't done it already, you have a 10-minute countdown, and then after that you got to get out, and then rinse, repeat. So just keep that in mind. Also, another thing too, if we go back to our base, which we need to go this direction. However, you know what? We'll skip that one first and actually go to the other guy. So, the dire wolf. If you guys can, try to get this guy as soon as possible. Here's the dire wolf, and here is where it's at. Quite in a lot of places, as you can tell. This guy is really, really, really good. Is he strong? No, not really. However, he moves really, really fast. If you can see on the left side and right side of the screen, usually in the dark areas, you can see like a little bit of a a couple white lines. That's because he's moving pretty quickly. He's actually running. This is his walking speed. His walking speed is running, and if you dash, it's even faster. And you can see the little white lines signifying that you're like moving super, super fast on the corners of the screen. And like I said, this guy's very, very easy to capture. You can find him super, super early in the game. Maybe at like level 5, level 4, you'll be able to capture this guy. And the saddle doesn't take too long to unlock. It doesn't take a lot to craft or anything like that. But this is another character or another pal that I wish I knew about sooner. He does not appear like in the early areas over there, but you don't have to watch. You don't have to walk too far. I think walking distance, maybe, I don't know, like a 5-10 minute walk, and you should be able to find him. Like I said, he's not that far, and he's super easy to get, so make sure you do get him. Another thing too is that food replenishes when it's losing its durability. As you can tell right now, there's 13 minutes on this particular fried egg. If you go back to your base, which will go this direction real quick to get back to the base. All right. So now that we're back in the base, like I was saying with the cooler system, right? So as you can tell, my eggs are going to run out in about 11 minutes and 36 seconds. However, there is a bit of a bug where if you put the eggs inside the fridge or the cooler or whatever, you put them in there and then you take them out, it restarts the timer for some weird reason. Again, it must be a bug. See, it restarted it with that one too. So just keep that in mind in case you're like, I don't know, you're walking around and you're like, oh man, my food is going to run out or whatever, or it's going to go bad or whatnot. Just put it in there and bring it back out and you should be good to go. Another thing too is you can actually trade pals already in the game. However, be warned, in order to trade pals, they need to be in your party. And then you just press the right stick down and you'll be able to trade pals. And then your friends or whatnot can just walk up to them and pick them up and vice versa. However, keep this in mind. When you capture a pal, usually what happens is if this pal has a saddle or something like that, you will unlock the ability to unlock the saddle in the or the harness in the technology page. However, if you drop a pal for a buddy and they pick it up, they do not get the harness until they capture that pal. So more of the story is the harness doesn't unlock if you have, or the blueprint doesn't unlock if you have the pal. It unlocks when you capture the pal. So you still have to put in the work on capturing the pal, but just keep that in mind. You can go out and trade with your friends. So if you have a shiny or something like that, right, and they don't have a shiny, then you can go ahead and do this to, you know, to give them a shiny yourself, right? Like for example, this is a shiny. Let's say you had 2 of them. You can go ahead and drop one for your friend and whatnot, right? So there you go. Now you know how to trade with friends and whatnot. But keep in mind that in a public server, you do not dictate who picks this up. So if someone is in front of you that you don't know and they see you dropping something, they could just walk up and pick it up. It's not oh, only he can pick it up or whatever. It's anyone comes and they could just take it. So try to do this in a place where no one else is going to walk by, because it's not really like your traditional trading system or whatnot. Let me teach you guys also how to place roofs. This one's really awkward because the game, like the building in the game is kind of weird, but if you guys could just imagine this real quick, right? So we got a little house going like this, give or take, right? Something like that. So the way that you build a roof is like this. Sometimes the slanted roof, right? Like it won't like go up there sometimes, even if you like build, I don't know, like some stairs to go up here because it's like being weird or whatnot, and you feel like this might work out, right? So you do this, and then you're just like trying to figure out how to place the roof, and then you're like, well, that doesn't work. Then you place, you know, some flooring here or some roof, excuse me, and then you're like, okay, now it should work. And then it's like, oh, it is, but not really, because it's like doing this weird thing where like it's dropping the wood on the floor because it's not properly clipping, even though it shows that it's blue. Well, the way to place freaking slanted wooden roofs or any other roof, you have to do this weird thing where you place one down here, then you can place it up here. Well, you have to get rid of the stairs too, actually. There you go. So it does this weird thing where you have to like grab this and then do that and then that. See, like it's a little weird. I'm not sure why it is like that. And then you would do the same thing for the opposite side. And then once you're done making the roof, then you can go ahead and just break it afterwards. So it is a little bit awkward, and then you can break these, right? And then you're good to go. So just keep that in mind. It's awkward. They'll probably fix that later on. They did say in the roadmap that they're working on that. But there you go. Now you know how to build the roof, and then you know you can build the little corners and whatnot. So once you're done with that, place that there, rotate, place that there, and you know, same on the other side. And you're pretty much good to go, right? You just place it up there when you can, and you're good to go. But there you go. That's how you build the roofs. If you're having trouble building them, there you go. Don't break your head over it. I know I did for like a solid hour until I figured out that it must be some sort of weird clipping bug or whatever. But that's how you do it. Now, the last thing that I want to teach you guys is a little bit of a weird one, if I'm being honest. It definitely is a bug. It's a fun thing to do. It doesn't really do much for you. However, if you don't have a way to go to like a very high area, you can actually do this. And it's actually kind of fun. So what you want to do is you'll look for a pal, right? A pal that you don't already own. Okay, there's a couple sleeping ones over here. So this could work. This could very well work. All right, so smack him a couple times, right? Give or take. A little bit more, a little bit more. Just running away at this point. I mean, these guys are pretty hard to capture, if I'm being honest. These are really, really annoying. High capture rate, nice. So you're going to jump up like this, and then you just stand on top of the... there you go. And then look at this. It sends you flying, and then if you have a good enough glider, you can get really, really far. Obviously, my glider is not that good, but if you have a good enough glider, you can get pretty far in the game by doing this. You can go like up super high mountains and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not as easy to do, but after a while, you'll kind of more or less learn how to do it, right? Like there's this guy right here. Just make sure you smack him a little bit, throw the Pokeball, and then make sure you get up on top as fast as you can. However, keep in mind, if it is 100% capture rate, by the time you get up there, it's gonna finish. But there you go. I just thought I'd throw like a little funny one in there. Is it useful? I've actually used it a couple times to climb up a mountain a lot quicker than like actually using a flying mount. But I think at the point, once you get a flying mount, I think you'll be good to go. But I should state that I think it does go higher than your normal flying mount, because by the time you get that high with the normal flying mount, you will lose all your stamina, and then you'll obviously come back down all the way. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully these little things that I found out a little bit later in the game, hopefully you guys find these helpful. And if you know any more, let me know in the comments, because they could be useful, obviously. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.